Hello and welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, right? Now video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream I am playing Blizzard Arcade Collection. And more importantly, I will be playing the only game that matters, in my opinion, in that collection. No offense, Blizzard. Rock and Roll Racing. The definitive edition, that is. So, sit back, relax, grab a boat snack, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream and enjoy the fantastic rock soundtrack of Rock and Roll Racing. As always, lads, I'm going to get my live stream up and running on my phone, and I'm going to get an audio check. Now I'm aware that the soundtrack is fairly low, so apologies if you can't hear my lovely voice that well, but at least you'll hear the fantastic soundtrack of Rock and Roll Racing. Oakley dokely, let's race, let's rock and roll.
The stage is set, the green flag drops! Olaf unleashes hot fury! Rip hits the warp!
And how do you do to my first and lovely viewer? Welcome to Green Hill Gaming. How are you keeping? And I hope you enjoy my live stream, Rock and Roll Racing.
Today's race is brought to you by Gordo's Gift Shop, the exclusive dealer for Atlas brand parts. Buy Atlas brand, your opponent does. Dread hits the warp.
Blow up, you
Olaf
mother.
is about to blow. Rip looks lost out there. Olaf jams into first. Rage hits the warp. Rip should avoid mine. Rip hits the warp. Olaf is about to blow. Rip hits the
I know
warp.
any second I'm going to blow. Thank you, announcer. Thank you, Larry.
Olaf
Larry, the
is
announcer.
dominating the race.
Reminding me. Oh,
Rip looks lost out there.
okay.
Olaf hits the warp. Rip hits the warp. Olaf
Oh,
should
shit.
avoid mine. Olaf unleashes hot
Ah, don't mess with me, you bastard. Fuck. Shit. That's this division.
fury. Dread fades into last. Dread jams into first.
Wait, what?
Olaf scores a first place
I thought I can
knockout.
second there or
Dread
something.
finishes second. Rage takes a weak third.
Lads,
Rip
this
is in
division
another time
is
zone.
fairly tough.
Bogmire was the first planet discovered by man with intelligent life that didn't look like humans. There were people who looked like birds, lizards, cats, and fish. They are all devious racers, and they certainly know how to race on the track planet.
Fascinating stuff, Larry. Fascinating stuff. Indeed. So I'm actually playing on veteran difficulty, and I've made quite an amount of progress. So this division here is the planet I'm actually on is as Larry pointed out, is Bogmire. It's the Division B, and it's very tough. So for me to actually complete this division, this season, I need 2,000. I need a score of 2,900. I currently have 400. It's really tough. I've tried it twice so far, and I just haven't been able to get the required score. You can save. You can get a password. Yeah. So because for whatever reason you cannot save your progress in the definitive edition of Rock and Roll Racing, which is really annoying. You can save your progress in all the other versions except the definitive. edition, which is really, really annoying. Makes no sense. So you're only left with passwords. But the problem with passwords is all it does is keep a record of which division you're in and which planet you're in. What it doesn't do is keep track of the progress of how many races that you've raced. So, for instance, let's say I get to the 11th race and I just want to go to sleep and end the live stream. If I turn off the game and then play it again tomorrow and put in that password, it just brings me right back to the beginning of the races. So that's really annoying. Just give me 2 seconds there, because my lovely Virgin Media broadband has actually been giving me a few issues as of late. And it's getting to the stage, where it's telling me that I've got
well, lad,
perfect high speed. Who is in the live stream? Let me just I closed my live stream momentarily because I wanted to check the quality of my broadband speed. Mr. Hollywood James, how are you keeping? What's the crack? Welcome to Greenhill Gaming. Welcome to my live stream of Blizzard Arcade Collection, where I'm playing the only game that matters in its collection, in my opinion, Rock and Roll Racing. So I hope you enjoy. James, give me 2 seconds there, man. I'm just going to check the quality of my broadband. Fucking Virgin Media. They're as bad as the lemurs, James. I'm telling you now.
I'm fucking amazing, man. How are I?
Oh man, I hope you're doing better than my broadband speed. Holy shit, I'm on 4 megabytes. I'm on... Lads, I might have to restart this live stream, James, just to give you a heads up. I'm on like 5 megabytes. Oh my god. Oh no, sorry. That's not correct. That was my mobile data that I was checking. Stupid me. You are fucking amazing. Well, that is exactly what I want to hear. Delighted that you're doing fantastic. I am doing well now myself, James. Can't complain. Playing one of my favourite childhood games, Rock and Roll Racing. First played this game years ago on the Sega Mega Drive, James. So it's always good to play a bit of Rock and Roll Racing, and it's even better that I can live stream this game with lovely people like yourself. Now I'm going to check the real speed of my broadband. Oh,
how's the hand?
I accidentally cancelled my broadband. Oh no, it's still fucking slow. Not the hand, by the way. Not the hand. My my hand, thankfully, is doing a lot better. Thank you very much for asking, James. It's pretty much back to normal now. Thank God. Thank the elder gods. And I appreciate that, James. Thanks for asking. I think I actually might have something downloading on the PS4. That's what it could be. Let me just check that. Yeah, without the excessive downloads and update files and patches and everything else that goes in between. Where would we be? We'd be lost, James, wouldn't we? We'd be lost. And fucking Call of Duty. I forget the name of it. Call of Duty Fortnite, with its 100 gigabyte downloads and updates. Where would we be, James? Oh dear God. Well, let's see now if that made a difference. It did. It made a huge difference. Okay. Sorry now about all this, technical difficulties and all that. Okay, we're ready to literally rock and roll here. So this is our next race.
We would.
Let's go. Oh, I'm telling you, we wouldn't know what to do with ourselves, James.
Rip is about to blow!
I've been driving all night, man, sweat on the wheel. There's a voice in my head.
Pull out, James! Into first.
Oh, Jesus.
Today's race is brought to you by Power Tools, the #1 name in tools from tools.
Oh, Jesus Christ, come on, like.
Rage! Power's up!
Somebody blew up.
Dread is about to blow!
Well, how am I still floating? Somebody blew up.
Into first.
The fucking tunes.
Oh, the tunes, man. You love the tunes. Best part of the game for me, to be honest. Glad you liked it.
Out there.
Who's lost out? They're not lost.
Dread is about to blow!
Oh,
Last slap. Pull out, lights him up.
oh.
Pull out, jam.
How am I so? Oh, yes, I'm first. Get out of the way, cunt. Oh, you bastard. Oh, you cunt. I'll take second place. It's fine.
Red scores a first place knockout. Ola finishes second. Rage takes a weak third. Riff is in another time.
Pro League gameplay.
Pro League gameplay. Wait, are you saying that I'm in the Pro League, or is that the name of the new game? Sorry, James, I'm confused. So yeah, I need 2,900 to proceed to the next season, and I've 600 so far. Like, I mean, I can play around here. Like, I mean, I have to get a good few first places. Second place is good, but I need to do better. You know.
Start your engines. Rage
Larry,
is
they're
about to
already
blow.
started.
Riff should avoid mines. Spin out. Strat jams into first.
Pro
thought I-
League.
Rage
I'm Pro
looks
League.
lost out there. Today's
Thank you.
race is brought to you by Viking.
Thank you so much, James. I appreciate
So
that.
thick you have to drink it with a fork. Strat is dominating the race.
Pro League gaming. How about that?
Riff is about to blow. Riff makes it last.
Oh, I need help.
Olaf should avoid mines.
Larry should avoid interrupting me, because Larry, you're going to pay for that. Watch. Watch, Larry. I'm just telling you now, Larry. You were going to regret that.
Spin out.
I'll give you spin out there, Larry, in a second. Larry now will be spinning into the door queue and interesting on the him.
Last lap. Rage looks lost out there.
Oh, yeah.
Strat scores a first place knockout. Riff finishes second.
Alright, third place. Now, well, you know what now, Larry? Do you know what you can do now, Larry? You're fired. Yeah.
Last of Us graphics who?
Last of Us graphics. Oh, God. Larry is fired.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch indeed, Larry. Fuck off, Larry. Nobody has time for Larry. I don't have time for Larry. Do you have time for Larry, James? Larry can fuck right off. You rocking to the tunes, James. If I make a comeback, like, towards like a 7th race onwards, like, I should sail into that high score, like.
Fuck you, Larry.
Yeah, Larry, fuck you. You know, it'd be so funny if someone called Larry has just joined the live stream like 2 seconds before you type that.
Yay man, the best tunes.
Tunes, man, tunes. Oh god, well like second place is better than no place, I suppose. I'm on 9,000, so it can be achieved. I can get to that 2,900. James, honestly, the soundtrack is actually the it's just a signature memory like I have of playing rock and roll racing. I just think of the music all the time. And the great thing about the definitive edition, which is exclusive to Blizzard Arcade Collection, like there's never been a definitive edition of rock and roll racing until now. The great thing about this version is you get the CD quality soundtrack, which has never been done before. Like someone like myself, like growing up playing rock and roll racing, and as the years went on, like when YouTube became a thing, like I would go onto YouTube and like try to track down like what these songs were, like and songs like Bad to the Bone and Born to Be Wild, like I would listen to those songs and think of rock and roll racing. Now in 2021, I can live stream rock and roll racing and I can play it with the actual song. So it's great, like. I have an itchy head. It itches my head. My excuse for coming. Well, I'm still in first place, so. What the hell? I'm overlapping this. Wait, I'm confused. Am I in first place or second place? Well, aha! Finally, back in first place where Olaf belongs. Olaf is actually a character from Blizzard's other game, which is included in this arcade collection, The Lost Vikings, and I'm pretty sure that they were inspired by Olaf when they created I think he's a Viking, I forget his name, but the character in Overwatch, which is obviously another Blizzard game. So I'm at 1,200 now, so I'm still a long way off. Like I have to get a good few first places. This is old school. Like this game is really old school. Like so, like if I don't qualify, like I'm basically back to the start. Like you can't just retry. Like well, you can, like, but you're back to the start. Like it's kind of annoying. Like so, I don't know where that really leaves the live stream. Like, but hopefully I will be able to progress onto the next season. So fingers crossed now. Fingers crossed. I can do it. Oh, my tune. This is one of my other tunes. And I hear it in its original form, like it's just, oh man, pretty goosebumps. Oh, should have gotten the health pack back there. Oh, I missed it. Low. Oh my god.
Johnny boy.
Mr. Wait,
pal.
no. It's the real Chad Middleton. Welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, Chad. How have you been since we last spoke? And you are very welcome to my rock and roll racing live stream. Desperately trying to yeah. Oh, fuck. Really hard division. 1,300 now, and I'm half. Fucking hard, like. At least my tune is here anyway. To be honest with you, they're all my tunes. Lads, do you want to hear a funny story? Well, it's not that funny, right? Basically, when I was a kid, I had this little red tractor. And I remember I'd be like inside it, like, and I'd be going up and down footpath. And I could hear the song playing in the background of my head. Like some kind of fucking rock and roll farmer, like. By the way, it wasn't an actual tractor, no, it was like a toy tractor. Just to be clear. I'm definitely coming first, thank you. I'm going to hold that thought now until I actually come first. Some races, like, you fly into first place, other races in. You just struggle to come second. Somebody blew up, later. Oh fuck. Jinx myself. Yeah, that was an easy first place. So, what's the score? I'm skipping everything here now. Here, I'm not even like, oh god, like, I think I'm doing worse than the last time. I have to get 2,900 and if you want. Oh, this is my real tune now. This is my theme song. When I die, I want to get cremated and I want this song to play while I'm going into the fucking incinerator. Scary. I want this to be used in my will. This game desperately needs some kind of online multiplayer. Yes. Didn't even realise that was the last match there, to be honest. Okay, not too bad. I'm actually on 2,100. I didn't realise how the score actually works. Okay, I'm on track here. I just need to come first in all of these. Well, I don't actually technically need to come first in all the races. So, Chad, any recent breaking video game news for me? And again, I mentioned this earlier at the start of the live stream. The soundtrack, as great as it is, it's fairly loud. So, apologies if you can't hear my lovely, lovely audio when the tunes are just layering.
More Mechagodzilla merchandise have been leaked for Kong vs Godzilla.
2 seconds. Thank you, Chad, for that news. I will have a look at that now in a second. Here's the skin. Oh my god, I love it. Ah, you bastard, like that. Loaded. Ah, you're funny. The ladies, huh? But when they get merchandise from Godzilla, I'll have a look at their message then on the moment. No. Oh yes, lovely, perfect. More Mecha Godzilla merchandise has been leaked for Kong vs Godzilla. Nice. I'm actually flying. I swear to God, I'm on 2,500. Just need 400, and I'm good to go. I have to get at least 400. Like, it's in the bag. It's in the bag, lads. It's in the bag. Like, I'd have to have a clusterfuck of races, no, like, for me to actually not progress to the next season. I'm actually going to show you the making of this game. I know I showed it last week, but it was kind of very late. It was at the very end of the live stream. And there was just one person watching it, I think so. Well, that's all. Yeah, so I'm going to show the making of Rock and Roll Racing after I progress to the next season. Wait. Where? On? Yeah, no, you cunt. Oh my god, that was actually so intense. Jesus Christ. Very intense. I was going to say something, but I forgot what I was going to say. It was so intense. I've already progressed. I shouldn't even have to finish the next 2 races because I've already progressed. Need 2,900, have 2,900. Or I can just take a breather now. I can just take a breather now. I can just sit back and just know that I've qualified to the next season. I'm so happy I bring back Larry. Larry, you've been rehired. Whoa! Yeah, I know, yeah. Shocking, isn't it? Just do a better job next time, Larry, okay? You'll never coming back. You'll be fucking... You'll end up in Wacky Races is where you'll end up in, right? So I love that cartoon back in the day.
Start your engines!
Labby is delighted to be back with me.
Trent is about to blow! Rage!
Netflix is working with the Japanese studio who worked on Ghost in a Shell to make a Terminator anime, El Boca.
Oh, interesting. You'd love that now, wouldn't you? You kind of Terminator.
Today's race is brought to you by Best Bean Gasoline. High-octane, high-performance fuel from the Koprulu sector. Trent is headed the wrong way!
Isn't this supposed to be a Mass Effect movie as well, and a Halo movie?
Trent looks lost out there!
I can't remember if they're on Netflix or just movies in general.
Rage is headed the wrong way!
I don't even care, so I'm going to qualify anyway. I'm just going to enjoy this race. I'm going to enjoy the music. This is a cruise. I'm just cruising through the track.
Rip Jams into first. Olaf unleashes hot fury. Trent is about to blow. Last lap.
But you know what? I just want to seal the deal, like, you know.
Trent looks lost out there.
Just so there's no disputing the fact that I've qualified. Lovely, juggly. Look at my score now. I'm on 3,300. This is the final. There's no point. I was gonna instinctively take track of the password, but there's no point because the password is only valid. Like it'll go back to the first race, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Oh God! I never look. Oh my God! Look at my money. I didn't realize. Okay, so. Maybe I can buy a new vehicle. We can also advance the level as well, but that's just taking the easy way out. Battle. No, I'm not going to buy a new vehicle. The thing about buying a new vehicle is you're back to scratch. So I'm not going to do that, but I will buy some new equipment. Let me see. So tires. What's this again? Oh, this is like the armor.
Hades won the LGBT Plus Game Awards, Elbow Cup.
Nice. I've seen that, actually. I've seen that awards. Nice. And this is the engine, more or less. Atlas Power Boss. Chad, were you waiting for a big, massive rant? Why you ain't getting one? More ammunition for my mines. No, that's not mines. What the hell is this? Oh no, it is mines. I am going to purchase a new engine. Oh, I am going to be just flying through this track. Oh God!
Aliens in Fortnite.
I thought there already was aliens in Fortnite, no?
Rage is about to blow. Trent is dominating the race.
Wait, how am I taking damage? No, not that I care. It's just...
Today's race is brought to you by Vera Fireblood's Dark Iron Ale, the pride of Dun Morocco.
That was Predator.
Oh, well, that's still technically an alien, unless it was Kevin Spacey.
Olaf looks lost out there.
Then again, with a face like Kevin Spacey, he's probably an alien. So.
Spin out. Trent fades into last. Rip is dominating the race. Rip powers up.
Oh my God, it's getting into the water. What have I already qualified for?
Olaf looks lost out there.
just listening to this amazing soundtrack right now and enjoying the waves. So no matter what I will be qualified. What's now for coming last, or like deduct a lot of points from my score, I will snap. I'll actually end the live stream and go to sleep if that happens, to be honest. Lads, you're looking forward to watching the making of Rock and Roll Racing. It's actually an interesting little video. Rock and Roll Racing started out as a really basic racing game, and then the mechanics of that game eventually became Rock and Roll Racing, and they take shots at Nintendo, and it's so funny. I love it. Well, it's not like full-on shots, like, but it's funny nonetheless. So, all that's coming up now, just a moment, but you can just get confirmation to me progressing to the next season. So, it's like Solid Snake. So, I am ready for Division A, but first I need to take a screenshot of the password, because you can't save your progress in the Definitive Edition for whatever reason, it's beyond me. Okie dokie. So, the making of Rock and Roll Racing coming right up. So, just as I head to the museum where the making of the Rock and Roll Racing is situated, I just want to once again appreciate Blizzard Arcade Collection. €20, 3 classic Blizzard games, all of which with multiple versions. Rock and Roll Racing has the exclusive Definitive Edition, which you will only find in the Arcade Collection, which gives you like the full widescreen experience, new special effects, and more importantly, CD quality music tracks. You've got 4-player versus. You've got the SNES version and the Genesis version. And no, I haven't played these games yet, but with Blackthorn you get again another Definitive Edition. This exclusive version of Blackthorn adds a auto mapping feature and multi-language support, and of course you get the SNES version and the 32-bit version. I don't know what they mean by that, but I presume that's the Mega Drive version. And then there's Lost Vikings, which once again has a Definitive Edition. The best of both worlds. This exclusive version of the Lost Vikings combines the best features of the SNES and the Gen versions as well as multi-language support, and you have the SNES and the Gen version. So you've got these games with many versions of them, and you've got a museum which contains arts and artifacts inside the games, video interviews and a music player for €20. Compare that to Nintendo's. I know I have a go at Nintendo in probably every live stream. It's becoming a trend now, to be honest. So Nintendo, the big N, yeah, they celebrate 35 years in Super Mario series with Super Mario 3D All-Stars. They give you 3 games, 3 great games, Super Mario 64, Sunshine and Galaxy, okay, but they're the exact same games. They haven't improved them the slightest. They haven't given you the Definitive Edition. They haven't given you, like, they haven't, like, there's no DS version of Super Mario 64. They just give you the base game. Output it in HD and say, have fun. Okay, they do give you a soundtrack to treat those games, but like that was a full price game. I think it was like, well, it was like €40 or something like that. No, I think it was more actually. It was like a full on price game. And for €20 you get this. I just wanted to appreciate that. Anyway, making of Rock and Roll Racing. Here we go. So this is the making of Rock and Roll Racing. Enjoy.
So Rock and Roll Racing actually is sort of the spiritual sequel to a game we made called RPM Racing. In RPM Racing, we didn't fully understand the trade-offs between high-res mode
Good vids.
and the standard mode. You might naturally think high-res is better because you have more pixels on the screen. The problem with that was back in those days, for memory efficiency, the way you made games was you drew a cell and then replicated that cell as many times as you wanted to build a level or build a scene out of a background of cells. And that was a very efficient way, memory efficient way. Now, if you used high-res cells, you had many fewer cells to work with. So later on, we sort of joked that RPM racing was high-res grass. And we learned from that lesson when we pivoted after RPM racing to rock and roll racing, that standard mode let us get so many more cells, and that in fact let us make more varied levels. And that was kind of the early beginnings of how we define the look of rock and roll racing.
So we're trying to come up with ideas for what to make rock and roll racing better than RPM racing, because all of us played RPM racing and it was just slow, and it wasn't fun. You kept running into the sides of the track. There was all kinds of things that were going on that were just not really good. So when we started talking about rock and roll racing, we started talking about making the tracks bigger, about putting weapons on the cars, about doing all these things to make it actually a fun game.
We pulled the camera back a little bit. I also sped up the cars. I literally made them travel faster. Making the cars faster and making the track bigger to accommodate that speed helped a lot. It was actually quite technically challenging to get that done, though, because the game was not designed originally to have bigger tracks. That was probably the toughest technical challenge outside of just trying to cram a big game into a small cartridge. I think it was only 128K that you could even have for the entire game. Everything, code, data, everything.
What he had to do was figure out how to take each system that was the game was running and squeeze down the amount of time that they took so that he could get the same amount of action into fewer video frames. Some systems ran every single frame, every 60th of a second, and other systems would only run once every 3 frames in order to make it all work together. And he would go literally line by line fixing things, both to make the game smaller so it would fit in the 8 megabit cartridge and run faster.
Lads, that's what you call putting the effort in with multi-platform games right there. They don't do that anymore. This guy was making sure like that the game was at its best on every platform.
To be able to squeeze all the systems in.
In terms of the gameplay, we loved the racing component of RPM racing, but rock and roll looks so much better. And then, you add missiles and mines and smoke fields and oil spray, and now you've really got something fun in terms of the racing and in terms of the combat element to it. So it just came together and felt and played amazing.
I think the appeal of rock and roll racing is just racing games are always fun. And if you can blow things up while you're racing, it's even funner. Because there's a certain thing about being able to get in front of your friend while you're racing and then hit him with a rocket from behind, or hit him with an oil slick to where he spins out, or not only testing your racing skills, but you're testing your skills to be able to fight while you're racing.
When you're building a game, if the game just plays the same every single time, you pretty rapidly get bored with it. And
Fortnite.
This is in the days before the internet existed and people could patch games. So we had to make a game that was self-sufficient and would last for long periods of time, that people would play and play and play and play. And so some of those elements are just adding upgrades to the game. It just seems natural. Like if you've got a car, you just want to make it better and better over time so you get rewarded for your playing. One of the challenges is that you really have to balance it carefully. And again, a lot of credit goes to Bob for solving these problems. Because, if you're in the lead and you have a lot of weapons to use against your opponent, then the opponent will never catch up. And so most of the weapons are pretty weak if you're the lead racer. Like oil slicks don't do that much against you, and mines don't do that much. Whereas the missiles are actually quite powerful because it's fired by the person who's in the back. But you can't make it too powerful because then the trick is get behind somebody, shoot them, and then win the race.
So one of the innovations of rock and roll racing was putting real rock and roll music into the game. And the person who gets credit for that is actually Brian Fargo, including the name Rock and Roll Racing. It was like one of those ideas that just seemed so obvious when you hear about it. You think to yourself, why hasn't someone else already done this? Why isn't everybody doing this? The first company we contacted, or the first musician we contacted, was actually ZZ Top. We thought, hey, maybe we'll call this ZZ Top's Racing or ZZ Top's Rock and Roll Racing. The amount of money, the price tag, basically, for us to be able to get them was prohibitive. It was too expensive. So we thought, okay, that's the issue. That's why no one is doing this, because it
Nowadays
just
that we
costs
pocket
too
change.
much. And then we contacted a music service that provides sort of low-cost licensed music in public settings, elevators, and things like that. And when we looked through their library, we found there were a ton of cool songs in there. And so we licensed, I think, about a half a dozen songs at a reasonable price, and we were able to adapt them into the hardware at the time. And it was like peanut butter and chocolate. It was just perfect.
Well, peanut butter and chocolate.
You could always make the cars go faster or paint them red, because red is always the fastest color. But I think it was the addition of heavy metal that made everyone just drive a little bit more frantically, and it upped the game a little bit. My favorite track on Rock and Roll Racing would probably be Highway Star.
What songs did we know that that made you want to go out and drive? You know, and I had brought up the song Highway Star. I said to the guys, I go, here's the song that I would put, here's the song I would use. And they had never heard of it, so I played it for them. That one got in, and then Radar Love got in, and a couple others that were on, and then it was all about being able to license them. And back then, it wasn't like today where, because of Guitar Hero and all the rock and roll games, it's very difficult to get a license that's going to cost more than what your game is.
We, as developers, even way back then, had a tremendous passion for music ourselves. I mean, I remember one afternoon we were at the office and we just happened to hear a radio ad on the commercial for a concert that was going to be going on that night, and tickets were still available. We literally got in the car, drove down the road to the venue, bought tickets, and went to the concert.
I can still hear that song playing in my head, and I can hear Larry Huffman with "The stage is set, the green flag drops."
The stage is set, the
green flag drops.
The idea of putting voice in there, like a race caller's voice into the game, that was another one of those ideas, just like putting rock and roll music into the game, that when we thought about it, seemed really obvious. Why aren't more people doing this? And again, we thought there must be some sort of technological reason for it. But as we explored it, we realized we could get great compression rates, and we could replay that audio, the voice tracks, at high fidelity, and then it would sound great.
Let the carnage begin!
And I think it was Brian Fargo in Interplay that managed to do it, was get Larry Huffman to come and do the actual calling of the races.
Part of how I knew who he was, and maybe even
I don't even know who he is, to be honest.
was there used to be this local racing competition, something Speedway, I don't remember exactly. But that's how I knew him, was from the radio. So I would hear it a lot on the radio. And if I were going to imitate him, I'd have to do not something from Rock and Roll Racing, but what I used to hear all the time, which was, "Sunday, Sunday, Sunday."
Cat, light them up!
He loved profanity, and so there were a lot of comments we couldn't even use that were hilarious, but it's like, nope, Nintendo is definitely not going to approve that one.
There's the shot taken in Nintendo. It was not really a shot though. That was the way things were back then. But nowadays they're like, put Outlast 1 and 2 on the Switch. We don't care.
All right, well, let's move on to the next one. But there wasn't a whole lot of space on the cartridge for things like audio clips, and so we really had to pick and choose the ones that we could get on there and make sure that they were compressed so that they didn't take much space. So that was one challenge. And then the second one was just to make sure that they were played at the right time in the race so that it made sense in accordance with the action that was going on, and also not to be too repetitive.
And it worked beautifully. One of the innovations that really makes rock and roll racing feel like rock and roll racing was Larry's voice.
Rip was lost out there. Holy Toledo!
I had a whole bunch of clips that they had given me, and all I needed to do was find trigger points, what I called trigger points, where If something happened in the game and I wanted to highlight it, then I would just call one of the little clips, and I would either pick them randomly or have one associated with a particular action. Like if somebody blew up somebody else and I could detect that the missile was shot from a long way away, then maybe I could know, oh, that was probably a really good shot. That was shot from way over here, it hit way over there. So I'll play a special clip right here like, oh, look at that shot or something, some of the things that he said. So it was just find proper moments. When are things where you as a player would want to hear something? And we would know those by playing the game. I'd play the game tons. In fact, that's how I knew Rock and Roll Racing was going to be a big hit, was in any game, I do this with all the games, if you spend all day long working on the game, and then before you go home, what you want to do instead of going home is play the game some, you know you're working on a hit. And any time that a moment would go by where I'd think, oh, there should have been something there, I would just go back to the code and change it and put something there. And over time, you stop saying to yourself, oh, I wish there were something there, because now you've got them all, and now you've got your game.
In Rock and Roll Racing, we brought a lot of the Blizzard humor into it. It was still in its early stages, but we were having fun with our games. Like in the backgrounds, there's a sign for Viking Cola. There was also Olaf from Lost Vikings. He was one of the secret characters in Rock and Roll Racing that you can play. And we were just having fun with these games. Whenever, we pushed it from a normal racing game on boring dirt tracks to racing in outer space, right? To racing on inferno planets with aliens at you. And that was just the sort of birth of what Blizzard did with all of the games. What we did to fantasy and sci-fi and horror was all started back in those little games that took a year to make, and we were just kind of having fun with it. We didn't look at it as we were trying to be radically different. We were saying, hey, we can do whatever we want. Let's do it. And I think that set the tone for future Blizzard games.
They should bring the characters back in Overwatch 2.
That's crazy that you mentioned that, Chad. Because I was actually going to say, what they should do, in my opinion, is bring Rock and Roll Racing into the 21st century. Brand new Rock and Roll Racing. And what they should actually do is somehow merge Rock and Roll Racing with the Overwatch series, and have Rock and Roll Racing as some sort of a kind of a side project, a spin-off, if you wish, to Overwatch. So all the characters that the whole world loves right now from Overwatch, because it's such a hugely popular game, and the characters are equally popular, so include those characters in Rock and Roll Racing. So the only way that I can explain what I'm trying to say there is, think of what Mario Kart is to Super Mario, to the Super Mario Bros. Series. All of your beloved characters from Mario games, and now even Nintendo games in general, all brought together in a very fun racing experience. So I think it would be really interesting if Blizzard took all of the characters from Overwatch that we all love and put them into a fun racing experience, a Rock and Roll Racing experience. You even have the levels and have the tracks inspired by locations from Overwatch. So there you go now. That would be interesting. So that was the making of Rock and Roll Racing. Interesting history behind it. So what started off as a boring, dull racing game turned into like Rock and Roll Racing. I love it. Something I actually haven't shown you actually is some concept art. So we'll start with art and artifacts. So original character artwork, game boxes, magazines, advertisements, illustrations and history of Blizzard's early days. Like, this is something that's just not there, like with Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So, artwork. Okay, so this is the Lost Vikings cover art. I just want to go straight to Rock and Roll Racing.
Nintendo won't even bring F-Zero back, Elbow Cup.
You know, there's a lot of dormant Nintendo IPs that Nintendo just don't seem to have any interest in bringing back right about now. One of them would be, as you pointed out, F-Zero. Another one would be Ice Climbers as well. And to be fair, like, Kid Icarus hasn't been seen like since the 3DS, and prior to the 3DS release, he hasn't been seen in over like 20 odd years. So yeah, a lot of dormant Nintendo IPs. But what do you think of my idea for a modern Rock and Roll Racing? Because let's face it, there's not that many people who remember Rock and Roll Racing. It's not a game that everyone remembers. Like, it wouldn't be as popular as, let's say, Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon. You know, like, those games, like, not everyone heard about those games either, but they were still more popular than a game like Rock and Roll Racing. But everyone knows what Overwatch is, you know, whether they played it or not. So I just think you could kind of use the Overwatch series as a kind of way of propelling Rock and Roll Racing back into the video game industry. Just an idea.
Racing games have been dried.
Damn, that's some serious zoom. That's taking the piss kind of zoom now, to be honest. Funny. Racing games have been dried. I mean, I've been playing Dirt 5 and I've been playing racing. So, I don't know. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still in the UK video game charts. Like, it's right up there, like in the top 3. Like, God, look at this zoom. It's crazy. Many chickens were named. The making of this harmed. What did they say named? The Blizzard humor right there. I don't know. But I want to see some Rock and Roll Racing. Oh God, they really like Lost Vikings, don't they? God. Pajama Party. Well, that was literally only for Rock and Roll Racing. Bosses and manuals. Lost Vikings. There we go. This is the Super Nintendo version of Rock and Roll Racing. It's the box art. Oh, I'm telling you, box art back in the day, like for whatever console, whether it was Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, I don't know, it just looked a lot better than what they do now. There was just something, I don't know, I suppose it was probably 90s about it, you know, it was such a 90s kind of a thing, really. Hot music featuring Paranoid by Black Sabbath, Born to be Wild by Steppenwolf, and more. By the way, this is not the version I played. I played the Sega Mega Drive version. They better show the Sega Mega Drive version. If they don't, I'll be really unhappy. 1 or 2 players, head-to-head racing action, licensed by Nintendo. Interplay. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Can't believe there's still Nintendo Switch Pro rumors going around, even after Nintendo themselves saying they have no plans for a new model of the Nintendo Switch. But nonetheless, one of the rumors going around is something I actually predicted a long time ago, actually, is the Super Nintendo Switch. I think that's going to be the Nintendo Switch 2. That's what I think it's going to be anyway. I think the successor to the Nintendo Switch will be, for the first time, oh no, not the first time, because they've actually done it a few times actually, but it'll be like a direct sequel, if you wish, to their previous console. Yeah, I think it's going to be called the Super Nintendo Switch. So that's that. This is the back of the box then, I think. And it was so detailed back then. It was like reading an entire book. Look at this. Yeah, with the music and engines. Scream. and you pick your car, driver and weapons, then slam into gear with world famous racing announcer Larry Supermouth Huffman at the mic, and some of the greatest rock and roll music of all time, setting the tone. It's time for the line. Using laser cannons, cluster bombs and super boosters to annihilate your competition. Your racing skills are pitted against a truly gruesome field of lead-footed crazies as you race to different planets. Better yet, with each checked flag, you pile of cash grows, so does your buying power. More weapons, more engines, more armor. So back off, wimps. This race ain't for no Sunday drivers. That would actually offend someone in today's world, seriously. My name is Francis, and I like to go driving on a Sunday morning, and I don't particularly like rock and roll racing, and I take serious offense to what this game is saying about me. I'm telling you, step up and pick from 5 hot racing machines, radical weapons, standard equipment at all modes. Choose your mode, alien or human. Huh? Oh, I don't. Can you like play as humans and? Oh yeah, characters. Some characters are alien, some characters are human. Forgot about that. Race tracks. Really awesome rock and roll. Okay, this is too much to read. This is what game. The back of the box was a fucking was a trek, to be honest with you. Reading the back of the box was a trek, but the front of it was nice. I like the front of it. Ah, there we go. Even though it's the Genesis, that's not how my box looked. Where's the fucking Mega Drive? Show me the Mega Drive version. No, I'm telling you, cop onto yourselves. There was a Game Boy Advance version of Lost Vikings. Wait, there was hardly. This must have only been available in America. There was no way I would have not known about rock and roll racing being on the Game Boy Advance. Jesus.
Genesis, good vibes.
No, it's Mega Drive, Chad. Bad vibes. Sega Mega Drive. I didn't know about this. There's a classic arcade. Damn. The most unrealistic racing game ever. I love that. That's what you want to hear from a video game. Do you know what I'm saying? That is what you want to hear. I did not know about this. So they actually brought these games. Jesus. So this isn't the first time that Blizzard actually re-released these games.
I didn't know about the GBA games either.
Didn't either. So fucking news to me. I mean, I wouldn't have known what Lost Vikings was anyway, to be honest with you, or Blackthorn. But like, I'm telling you, if there was a copy of Rock and Roll Racing on Game Boy Advance sitting on a shelf in like
Link
GameStop,
cable compatible.
I know, yeah. In like, oh my god, I want to go back in time. I want to go back in time. To 2003. That's mental. But I will never acknowledge this as the box art of the version I played. Oh no, was it? Where has it gone? Here we go. Rock and Roll Racing. But like, I played it on the Sega Mega Drive, not Genesis. That's pretty much the same description as well. So yeah, that is some. What else do we have? Advertising. Where's Rock and Roll Racing? Straight to the Rock and Roll. Oh god. Straight to the Rock and Roll Racing section. Like, come on. Ah, there we go. Get your motor running. Featuring musical hits including Peter Gunn by Henry Mancini. Sorry. Born to be Wild by Steppenwolf and more. So this was their like official press release. You know what's really interesting about this is, like, back in the day, this is how you like advertised, you know, a game. Like nowadays, that would be like a Facebook post or a Twitter or a tweet. So this is how it was done back in the day, lads. Back in 1993. So it originally came out on Super Nintendo, and then it was ported to the other consoles. It's the opposite nowadays, isn't it? Blow dirt, you rode third. Jesus. Suck a pipe, Roddy. Oh my god. Wait. They were talking about like not getting away with it from Nintendo. This official seal is your assurance that Nintendo has approved the quality of its product. Suck a pipe. Approve the quality of this product. Damn, I'm in shock. Look, blow dirt, you rode third. It turns out Nintendo had no issue. In the end.
Nintendo knows quality.
They do. Oh, I love it. Fast cars, loud music, hardcore weapons. What more could you ask for? Rock and roll racing. The most intense. And that's one word I actually was using a lot actually when playing this game. Head-to-head racing game available. Critics' Choice. Oh, I love it. Like, why does he look like Kano though? How did they get away with that? You're racing head-to-head. I thought that's a ball bastard.
It was only an issue with Mortal Kombat and Night Trap.
Oh, definitely. Mostly with those two games, yeah. Mostly with those two. Because they were so edited at the time. They were just so... Like... It just took violence to the next level. Oh my god. Where's the rock and roll racing part now? When? How did I miss this? Seriously, how did I miss this? How did I not see this? Like... Oh my god. How? Can somebody please send me back to 2003 so I can just like see this for the first time? I can just be excited. But send me back with no knowledge of today's world. Blizzard the early years. Who's this guy? Your name is too blurry, man. I don't know who you are. Sterling Savings. Wait, what? I think someone took a picture of the wrong fucking sign. Oh, is that what they were called before they became Blizzard? Oh, well, Blizzard the early years, like, speak for itself. Right, my console, I'll see some Super Nintendo Joy-Cons. That's the Super Nintendo there itself. Or is it the SNES? Wait, that's the NES. What game is this?
Look up the Game Boy ads on YouTube.
I have to.
Game Boy had great creative ads.
Oh, I thought you meant like for this game. Oh, some early, Jesus man. Early, wait, what? Oh, this was the RPM racing. This eventually became rock and roll racing. They make it look so exciting in the artwork, but then it ended up becoming, even as they said it themselves, it ended up becoming so boring. That was 10. Jesus Christ, should he even be there? That's one hell of a creepy smile, isn't it? Oh man, the old phones. Hey, fuck you too. This guy has all the consoles. Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, NES, and I think that might be a TurboGrafx in the background. Possibly. What games does he have? I can't tell. They're all Sega Mega Drive games anyway, I think. That's a game I have to play eventually, actually. Lost Vikings. This guy, like, is like, how did you find me? Damn. Some big mouth. Oh man. Ancient cassette players with the aerial. Those things would poke your eye out, man. I'm serious. In orange on the deck. Oh, I'm telling you, man, they would like. Jesus, this guy is like ready to kill someone, seriously. Like. I think they loved Lost Vikings. Seriously. Like too much, like. So Shawn Michaels in the earlier days. Shawn Michaels worked at Blizzard. Who would have known? Sonic, oh god. Is that an actual statue? Or is it like... Oh man, I need that. What's your name? Dave Bregan. I need to get in contact with Dave. See if he still has that statue of Sonic.
Are those people still alive?
Well, Dave better be, because they want this fucking statue. I'm not so sure about all of them. But I need to get in contact with him. What is it? It looks too... This is strange. This is a mindfuck. It looks like his head is stuck to the monitor. But what the fuck is he standing on? I don't care, I still want it anyway, whatever it is. I want it. Dave. Yeah? You need to put that phone down. And you need to phone me. Yeah? In the future. Right? And you need to say, and how many years later, I don't know, you need to give me that statue, basically. Alright, Dave? Thanks. I like when I'm reading the description. I'm just too busy looking at the photos. Blizzard Entertainment. As you can tell, this is a place where people had fun, you know. I don't think that's what you get anymore in today's fucking studios. They're all just so serious, like, and they're all about their deadlines, like, you know what I mean? They're all about get this game done on time. Do you know what I mean? They're just doing fucking... Mighty Duck, how are you keeping? Welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, man. How have you been getting on in your Splatoon 2 adventures? And welcome to my Blizzard Arcade Collection live stream. Before Activision came along, yeah, and fucked them all over. But you can just tell, I mean, do you know what to say? A picture tells 1,000 words, and you can just tell from this picture just the kind of friendly, laid back.
Just finished up again, man, for the night, lol.
Good stuff, man. You can see just how laid back they all are. You know, there was no such thing as like serious deadlines back then, and it just picture just looks so relaxing. You know, I can guarantee you, man, those days are well gone. Not just in Blizzard, but in every gaming studio. Look at this, like, this is what you want, like, this is what you want to walk into, like. Well, I wouldn't really be into all this kind of shit now, like, but you know, I'd be the person behind the desk, the boss, just looking down at these, and just like be like, nerds. No, I'm only talking. Get back to work, nerds. Drinking my fucking Coca-Cola. And they end up in a hockey A hockey match. I don't want these photos to end. I've only got one left.
Before feminism in gaming.
Before a lot of things, Chad. Before a lot of things. Well, I don't see no... Why is the last photo? Black Tom, man. What else do we have? We still have a lot more inside the game. I'll keep that for another time. I'm going to get back into the gameplay. So what I'm actually going to do now, I just realised I need the password to resume where I left off. But I've got an idea. I'm going to pause the stream and the password screen.
Rock and Roll Racing Definitive Edition.
Where? Oh yeah. No, I can't do that. I have to take a picture of my phone.
The stage is set. The green flag drops.
Right now. There we go. So I need to go to the media gallery, take a picture of the password on my phone, and then look at it from my phone and input it. So it's a good thing I screenshotted it because I actually completely forgot about the password. Passwords, man, this is how we did it back in the day, man. These were save files back in the day. What is it? 8QPW. Do you know what it reminds me of as well? Putting in the passwords. What does it say? 8QPW. That's not an 8. Oh no, go back. 8QPW, come on. Is that a Q? Oh, Q. P. W. Q6RF. It reminds me of the old cheat codes, like the actual codes you put in Action Replay cheat codes. There were, I swear to God, there were actually cheats codes that you would put in and you'd load up the game and the cheats would be activated then. There were long codes too, man. It was like programming something. Q6RF. I'm half asleep. Q6 or F, did I say? Yeah. 2P T2. Q P T2. I think I might have went wrong here now. We'll soon find out. No, Division A. Let's see if my vehicle is still intact. It is indeed. Okay, so let's get back into some gameplay. I just had to show you some making of Rock and Roll Racing and some artwork as well. So, okay, let's do it.
Let the carnage begin!
Oh, it's raining.
Rip is about to blow!
Sweat on the wheel. There's a voice in my head that drives my
Today's race is brought to you by Best Bean Gasoline, high-octane, high-performance fuel from the Koprulu sector.
shifting gear. She's lonely and the longing gets too much. She says the cable coming.
Pull out! Lights him up!
Boom. Eat my dust. Elon Musk.
Rage jams into first. Rip launches himself. Rage is dominating the race. Olaf is about to blow.
Shit.
Olaf lights him up. Last lap. Rage is about to blow.
Yes, I got at least one third place. Hopefully.
Rage scores a first place knockout. Dread finishes second. Olaf takes a weak third. Rip
Well,
is
it's-
in another time zone.
It's still the third place, and I'll happily take 2,900. It's the same as the last. That's the same as the last season, so I can do that. I can achieve that. No bothers at all.
Start your engines. Rage is about to blow. Rip jams into first. Today's race is brought to you by Gordo's Gift Shop, the exclusive dealer for Atlas brand parts. Buy Atlas brand. Your opponent does. Rage powers up. Rip powers up. Rage is about to blow. Olaf unleashes hot fury. Olaf jams into first. Rip fades into last. Olaf lights him up. Olaf is dominating the race. Dread fades into last. Olaf should avoid mine.
And Larry could have. Hey, Larry could have gone.
Last lap. Olaf hits the warp.
Oh no, we're not going to be able to progress into the next season. I don't think so. Not with performance anyway.
August the 15th, 2003 for the GBA in EU.
Finishes second. Dread takes a weak third. Olaf
Was it
is
only
in
in,
another time zone.
America. Oh, Europe. Well, I'm actually going to play the original just for a bit of diversity. I just want to check if my audio coming up because sometimes I disconnect my microphone, put it back in. My audio coming up because here it is. So you're telling me that on the 15th of August 2003, Rock and Roll Racing was, oh my, how did I miss that? I just can't understand how I missed that. I mean, I remember well, it wasn't a classic, but it was the Spyro the Dragon game on Game Boy Advance, but it wasn't a classic one, it was actually a new Spyro the Dragon game. But how the fuck did I miss that? I can't believe I've been so long without playing Rock and Roll Racing and it was right there in front of me the whole fucking time. How? Oh man. Anyway, I think we've seen a lot of the definitive edition. I just realised I've actually been spamming the definitive edition of Rock and Roll Racing. You've seen a lot of it, made a lot of progress. I'll come back to it another time. But no, I actually want to show you. Actually, no, I want to show you the version that I played. I played the Genesis version. Obviously, the SNES version was the original, and a year later, I got ported to the Sega Mega Drive. Now it's the opposite. Now a game will come out on PS4 and Xbox One, and then it eventually get ported to Nintendo. So yeah, I'm going to play this version. This is the version. Oh, and you're going to see a big difference. Obviously, the audio quality. This is how Rock and Roll Racing sounded on the Sega Mega Drive. But what's really interesting is you can change the quality of the screen. So this is the original. Then you can do full screen, or you can do widescreen. Just to start off, I'm going to go with original, so you don't get the full screen. You can change the filter, so you can make it look like it's on like a TV, like an old TV, or you can do monitor filter, or you can do LCD filter. So I will just go with the box and the TV filter for now, and you can change the border as well, so you can, it's not very exciting, you can basically turn it off or you can turn it on. I'll turn it on for now. So, okay, this is how we're gonna play Rock and Roll Racing.
Rock and Roll Racing 2 on PlayStation.
Let the
What?
carnage begin! Snake fades into last. Grinder is about to blow.
What?
Shred is dominating.
Oh wait, there was
the
a
race.
sequel to Rock and Roll Racing, but it was terrible though. It was terrible. I remember that.
Snake fades into last.
It didn't feel like it didn't feel like it had the original kind of like, it didn't have the original feel to it. I do remember that game actually. So, new game. So this is going to be interesting now for you, because you're going to see like the difference in, more than anything, you're going to see a difference in the audio quality compared to the CD quality of the definitive edition. Obviously, visuals. Hey, stop. Going into demo mode. So new game. I'm not going to go as rookie. Rookie is way too easy. We go as veteran. So in this version, you don't get to play as Olaf. So I need to find a character that has good acceleration, top speed, cornering, acceleration, top speed. I am going to go as Jake, because he's got the acceleration, and cornering is very important in Rock and Roll Racing, let me tell you. Green has to be green for Green Hill Gaming. So lads, this is the version of Rock and Roll Racing that I first played.
The stage is set. The green flag drops. Viper is about to blow. Rip jams into first.
What a difference.
Rip fades into last. Rip looks lost out there.
Damn it.
Viper fades into last.
Silicon and Synapse before they change names to Blizzard.
Oh.
Rip is dominating the race. Shred fades into last. Rip is about to blow. Shred looks lost out there. Last lap.
I thought that was the last lap. Oh, last lap.
Rip is dominating the race. Jake fades into last.
Oh my god. One of the features of the classic versions is you can rewind the game.
Jake fades into last.
Ah, who's in last place? No fuckers.
Rip scores a first place knockout. Jake finishes second. Shred takes a weak third. Viper is in another time zone.
Silicon and Synapses before the change and everything with it. I actually might look back into Rock and Roll Racing 2. Maybe I overlooked it. I definitely overlooked Rock and Roll Racing on Game Boy Advance anyway, that's for sure. I can't believe I actually did that. So now I will mess around with the screen and the filters and stuff as we do each race, just to kind of keep it, you know. So let's put it into full screen and we'll do monitor this time. And turn off the border. Close the borders. Right.
Let the carnage begin.
And this is the tune I had stuck in my head.
Viper fades into last.
Going around
Rip is dominating
in
the
the red
race.
tractor. That's some kind of mental camera.
Viper looks lost out there. Shred fades into last. Rip is about to blow. Jake jams into first.
How?
Jake is about to blow. Jake jams into first. Rip fades into last. Last lap.
No way.
Jake fades into last.
Veteran on the South version was not messing around like.
Shred is about to blow.
Ah, here.
Jake looks lost out there. Shred scores a first place knockout. Rip
I actually have a funny memory actually
Viper takes a weak third.
of
Jake
Rock and
is
Roll
in another
Racing
time zone.
on Sega Mega Drive. I was playing it, and my brother was playing it, and I came into the room, and by accident, my foot got caught in the cord of the controller. The Sega Mega Drive went flying. And safe to say, it didn't go down too well. Oh god.
The stage is set. The green flag drops. Shred is about to blow. Viper jams into first. Jake fades into last. Viper is headed the wrong
Crazy
way.
to hear the change of quality in the music.
Rip is dominating the race. Viper is about to blow.
I think I actually might play Last Vikings. See what the big fuss is. I never actually played Last Vikings before. The next time that I play Blizzard Arcade Collection.
Viper is about to blow. Last lap. Viper looks lost out there.
You know what was a great game as well on Sega Mega Drive? Holy shit.
Dominating the race.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Oh, what a game. That's a game I want to stream that game. Oh my god.
Finishes second. Shred
You
takes a
basically had to kind of
third.
collect stuff like in the level to progress. Like you had to save a certain amount of neighbors, and you had to like you collect other things as well. To save babies as well, I think. And like there were zombies coming at you. No, I think the whole point was you had to save the babies, and then the zombies were coming at you. No, you had to save neighbors as well. Different weapons as well. Oh god, it was this great game. Even though it's such an exciting game. Like I haven't played that game nowhere near enough.
Let the carnage
I think
begin.
last time I played it, I had it on the Wii Virtual Console. I don't know if it was on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Shred is about to blow.
I think it is actually on the Wii Virtual Console. Wait, do I still have a Wii U?
Jake is
Because if I
dominating
do,
the race.
I think I put all of my... I don't know. I'm confused now.
Jake
Like you
is
can
a
access the
line.
Wii Virtual Console on the Wii U, because you can basically access the Wii on the Wii U, and then just so confused right now.
Shred fades into last.
That's a game that needs to get remastered or else remade. There's so many games like. Look, it is a great time to be a retro gamer right now, you know? The days where the gaming industry was dominated by Call of Duty is fucking long gone, thankfully. Thankfully. That's not a bash at Call of Duty, it's just nice. It's nice to have your other gaming preferences appreciated, you know?
Jake looks lost out there. Last lap. Shred is about to blow.
What the hell happened to his car? It's fucking black and white. What the hell? Is that a glitch? Is that me? Is that me in the future?
Viper is dominating the race.
Must me in the past, then rock and roll racing. Oh man.
Viper
Terrible
scores a first
performance.
place knockout. Shred.
Okay, I'll now change the screen to widescreen and put on the LCD filter and turn the border. Well, I can't put the border on because it's full widescreen. Yeah. Jesus, actually, that looks weird.
The stage is set. The green flag drops.
That actually looks amazing.
Shred is about to blow. Viper fades into last.
Just like full on looks like what it to take a movie would look like if it was actually on a big massive television. And it's amazing.
Jake is dominating the race. Shred fades into last.
Oh, there was a game on PlayStation 1 called Circuit Breaker. How I can still remember that game is beyond me, the name of it like. And I think it actually is a little bit like Rock and Roll Racing. I need to track that. I need to track down the PlayStation first because I actually realised my PlayStation 2 broke there. I was heartbroken. It wasn't my original PS2 by the way. God only knows where that is right now. But I did like buy a retro PS2 there a couple of years back, but it packed up for me. If anybody wants to donate a PS2 to me, I'd be glad to take it. Or a PS1, you can do. But yeah, I need to track down the PS1 and I need to get that game Circuit Breaker. Why is there a black and white vehicle behind me? Did I just change some settings or something?
Viper scores a first place knockout. Shred.
I need Circuit Breaker. Or something's downloading on my fucking PS4. No, it's not. Well, who invited me to a voice chat? Who's that guy? Who's Target 06? Money Grinders. What's that? Yeah, we got like fucking 10 people in the fucking lobby. It's not worse when somebody invites you to like a party chat like and there's like fucking 10 people in there you've never even spoken to. Nope. No thank you. Well, why is there... Strange. I'm going to keep widescreen on actually, but I might mess around with some other filters. I just turn it off and this is what it would look like. This is what it would look like if you just had the best television in the world. I'll say the Mega Drive.
The carnage begins. Viper is about to blow.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play some Lost of Viking.
Will you be getting Stubbs the Zombie?
Will I be getting Stubbs the Zombie? I don't know. Chad, I don't know. I never played the original, like, I was really confused when that game got announced because I didn't know at the time that it was an Xbox, that it was an original Xbox game. Because I can't say Xbox One because Microsoft fucked that one up, didn't they? the original Xbox. So when I saw it, I was like, this game is... I'm not one to say, like, this game looks terrible. That's not really me. I don't really bash a game for its graphics, but... like, to be fair, like, it looks shit, like, you know. I thought it was a game built ground up for the Switch, like, but yeah. So now that I know what it is, like, I don't feel that way now, but still, I don't know. I don't know. I may not.
Last lap. Rip is dominating the race.
Oh god.
Shred is about to blow.
Ah, fuck. Oh, this has been terrible. Ah, come off the stage. You can't even go up the hill. Ah, come
I
on.
had an original Xbox and missed
Look
out
at this.
playing it.
Jake looks lost out
You win
there.
something. Well, this is your perfect opportunity to play it. This is your perfect opportunity to play it.
Scores a first place knockout. Shred finishes second. Viper takes a weak third. Jake is in another time zone.
Yeah, I'm in another time zone. I think I'm actually going to take a break from the game and chat for a little while and then I'll end the live stream. But, do you know what game I'm actually hyped for? I'm hyped for, Oddworld. Soulstorm. Mighty Duck told me there yesterday. I did not know it. It's actually a reimagining of the sequel. It was Exodus, and it was so funny because I was just saying in the live chat that, like, you know, that's something they haven't done. And the reality is they actually did do it. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. It's going to feel bizarre, like, because I haven't played that game. Like, Ape's Exodus is so fucking long, like. So it'd be nice to return to a reimagining of it now, like, to be honest. Fucking tired now. What games are you all most looking forward to? Let me know. Live chat. What's the one game that you're eagerly anticipating for 2021 and beyond, of course, and beyond? I like how the oh, I forget his name, the creator of God of War, the modern God of War, that is, came out and said that God of War Ragnarok will release when it's ready. I love that. I think, you know what? I think more game developers need to start speaking like that, and they need to not be afraid to speak to their consumers and fans like that, because that's the way you gotta be, because you don't want to. Nobody wants to become the next CD Projekt Red. Nobody wants to release a complete clusterfuck that is Cyberpunk 27. And if it wasn't a clusterfuck, then Sony wouldn't have pulled it from the PlayStation Store now, would they? It's a complete clusterfuck. If you want to defend it, good for you, but I think from where I'm standing and everyone else is fucking standing, game is complete crap. You know, so yeah. So I think even Bayonetta 3, like, we mightn't like when a game, you know, gets delayed, or we mightn't like when information on a game doesn't get shared, but at least the game is in development. At least it's happening. They're taking their time, and they're telling you that they will release it when it is finished, when it's ready to be released. You know, when it's ready to be shown, and that's a good thing. Like, that's not a bad thing. It shouldn't be looked at in a negative way. It's a good thing. And please do not compare what I just said to GTA 6, because there's a difference, a massive difference between that and GTA 6. GTA 6 doesn't exist. GTA 6 hasn't been announced. GTA 6 hasn't been teased officially by Rockstar Games, anyway, at least. So GTA 6 doesn't exist. God of War Ragnarok does exist. Bayonetta 3 does exist. So it's when they come out and say, you know, the game will be ready, or the game will release when it's ready, it's a good thing to hear that, because it shows they're putting in the effort. They're putting in the effort. They want to make sure that the game is complete. Oh god. Who's this guy keep inviting me to a voice chat? I don't even know who he is. I must have to remind myself who this person is. What are people's obsession with voice chats anyway?
You didn't forget about Bayonetta 3.
I didn't forget about it, but now it's making me realise that maybe it's a good thing just to kind of be patient and wait. Just look, who is this guy? Who are you? I just want to suss this guy out. I don't know who he is. Does he have mutual friends? This player has hidden their friends. How can you hide your friends if I'm one of them? I'm not stalking this person, no, by the way. I'm just, like, he's a friend. I don't know who he is. I'm not joining his. There's like fucking 10 people in his fucking in the yoke, in the voice chat group. No, thank you. No, thank you. I can view the party. Huh? Oh shit! Am I in the party? Right, I just said view the party. Hello? 97. What? There's 97 people in this. How is that possible? There can't be 97 people in the fucking thing. But it says 97, it says members. 97? What the fuck? That's mental. And why did you invite me to a voice chat? Probably just invited all of these things. That's fucking mental. Yeah, 97 people. How does 97 people talk at the same time? How's that possible? I doubt very much that 97 people are going to wait patiently for one person to talk. Fucking hell. That's crazy.
You're going to hear moaning if you join their chat, elbow cup.
Possibly. Would not be surprised now, to be honest. I'm checking my Facebook newsfeed. We're getting to the end of the live stream. Oh, it's great to be able
What
to live.
happened, haha? Someone asked you to party.
Oh yeah, someone joined me to a party chat. There was like 97 people, or a voice chat. There was like 97 people in the voice chat. I didn't even know that was possible. And welcome to the live stream, Damien, by the way. How are you getting on, man? Welcome to Green Hill Gaming. I was actually just going to more or less wrap up the live stream, but we'll chat for a while. Because you're only after joining the live stream, so we'll chat for a while. But that's what happened. There was he's a friend of mine on PSN, but I can't remember who it is, to be honest. I think it might have just been a random ad, like a good while back. And there's like what was it now? It was invited you to a voice chat, yeah. And there's 97 members. Like when I go to it, it says 97.
I was on here but wasn't typing.
Oh yeah, no problem. And thanks for watching as well, by the way. I appreciate that. Thanks. So when I go to view party, it says 97 members. But how the hell is that possible? Imagine joining. Wait, I can read the party.
Because I was doing assignments.
No problem, man, no problem. Busy out, man. Busy out. Multitasking.
Hang on.
I don't know if they can actually hear me, to be honest.
Just give me 1 minute.
Oh, you're fine, man. You're fine. Take your time. I can read the entirety of the voice chat. I don't know if they can actually hear me, but I haven't joined it. It said view. My God, no way. Nope, I have selective hearing. But I can even listen to fucking voice clips and everything. What the hell is this? That is just hilarious. Oh my fucking God. If you've got mic, no. Mate, what game are they playing? Oh, wouldn't you know it? Fortnite. Jesus Christ, wouldn't you know it? I should have known. All I saw was a screenshot of Fortnite, and I said this was all for me anyway. How the hell is 97 people be in a voice chat? It's fucking beyond me now, to be honest. But yeah, it's great to be able to live stream rock and roll racing. I've always said it, but it's just so nice to be able to live stream some like retro games, because these are the games that I grew up playing, so they're the games that I'm most passionate about. And as you know, like Green Hill Gaming is all about sharing my passion of video games with the world around me. So these are the games.
97 people want you to play Fortnite.
And none of those 97 people are going to get what they want.
Yeah, 100 party chats.
100 party chats. How is that even possible? How can 100 people talk at the same time? That is absolutely insane. Like, imagine being in, oh my God, Damien, imagine being in a fucking
That's
party.
actually crazy.
It's actually mental, man. But imagine being in a party chat with 100 people who like Fortnite.
I didn't know myself until I looked it up.
I didn't know until I fucking saw like the amount of people. Man, that's hell. That's the existence of hell right there, being in
My
a
turn
party
to
chat.
talk.
I know, yeah, imagine like 99 people, it's my time to talk now. Like how would you even organise that? Like, I mean, oh my God, like, you know, trying to mute one person in particular, try to block one person in particular, it's hell for two reasons. It's hell because there's so many people in the live chat, and it's hell because it's more than likely just full of people that play Fortnite. Jesus, man. Oh my God. That would just be torture. Crazy achievement though, crazy technical achievement, like to be able to manage like 100 people at the same time, like. I just can't wrap my head around that though. 100 people. Like, imagine they're all talking at the same time.
Definitely for some battle royale game.
It's what you call it. They're all playing Fortnite. Weirdly enough, I can actually view the comments, and I don't even have to join. I can actually call up some of the comments for you.
Sad about the Japan studio.
I know, man. Fucking, thankfully, no, they won't go near. They're not going to go near
It'll be gone
the.
soon. One person shouting the N-word.
Wait, what company is that? I thought you
Team
thought.
Soapy, goodbye.
Wait, what company is that? No, I thought you were talking about like that Sony are kind of like cutting down. Oh, they're not going nowhere, man. They're still there. They're still there, man. It's actually the one company they actually kept, but there was they toned down some of their What the hell is this? They toned down some of their
Astro, Gravity Rush, etc.
But Team SOB is still
You
there,
know
man.
what I think.
You think that Hades is the best game of all time, and you're hyped to play it. I know. I'm only joking. It's Bug Snacks. No, but from what I read anyway a couple of days back, that was the one company they actually kept was Team
They're going to
Asobi.
acquire a big Japanese company.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. But I can join this party or I can view the party, and I can read out all the comments and everything. That's so funny.
They want more games like The Last of Us to El Boca.
They can keep those games. Just give me more Astros Playroom, and I am a happy gamer. How am I? I wouldn't say so. I just think that Square Enix are just too big of a company. From Software I can see happening. Square Enix I can't see happening. It's just too big of a company. It's just got so many different IPs. I just don't think that like Sony will be able to. Well, I mean, financially they'll be able to acquire it, but like it's just like it comes down to like how Square Enix feel about it as well. Like you know, yeah, I just can't see that happening, to be honest. Holy shit, some of these comments, man, fucking hell.
Apparently 16 francs could be a 2-year exclusive.
16 francs. The computer voice just called it 16 francs. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, it's a PS5 exclusive, and I can see it being, yeah, I can see it being a 2-year exclusive. Speaking of Final Fantasy, someone just sent a screenshot of Final Fantasy. That's bizarre.
16 francs LOL.
I know, yeah, 16 francs. What the hell? Somebody just sent a screenshot of Final Fantasy 7. Or Final Fantasy 15. Crazy. Lads, isn't it crazy that I can view the party, like the party chat, but I can't, like I don't even need to be in the chat to actually view.
Wanted some of their exclusive games on PC.
It's it.
2 or 3 years chat mostly.
Yeah, it'll be a while. Like they won't like put it on PC straight away. Like, but they have put their games on PC, and they're continuing to do it. The reason for doing it, in my opinion, is pretty obvious. I don't know why this annoys people, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I look at the comment section of some of these stories, and they just seem to piss so many people off, and it's funny. Like, it's actually kind of funny. I don't know do race there. It's funny. I saw it with Monster Hunter Rise. It's coming to PC next year, and a lot of angry faces. They
PC be paying €60 while it'll be on sale for €20. PS face with tears of joy.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know why it annoys people. If somebody can explain to me why that annoys them, I'd be happy to hear. But I don't understand why people would be annoyed by it. It's not like say no I have God of War on PS4 and
Play on
PS5.
PC chat.
Like, it's not like my copy of God of War is just going to like evaporate, and my only option is to
I
buy it on
hope
PC.
Monster Hunter Rise would have crossplay.
That's it might. I just don't see how it affects people, whether a game like stays exclusive to PS4 or comes to PC. It's obviously just the fanboys that are just so like, you know, it's just fanboys. They just can't accept the fact that like their beloved, like, you know, console like their game is no longer exclusive to their beloved console. That's what it is. That's the reality of it, man. It's what a sad reality, to be honest with you. But yeah, I was browsing through my Facebook newsfeed the other day, and I found out that Monster Hunter Rise is coming to PC next year. And I'm telling you, there was a lot of angry reactions, and I even left a comment and I said, like, why does this bother people? Can you please tell me? Nobody could really definitively tell me why they were actually angry. Like, people were agreeing with me, like they were just like explaining just how stupid these people actually are. Like, you know, how is it a bad thing? Doesn't make any sense to me how it's a bad thing. Like, Sony are putting their games
Is it
on
not
PC.
going to Xbox? Oops.
As of right now, it's only confirmed for PC, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came to PS5 and Xbox Series X and even PS4 and Xbox One as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it became multi-platform. And
Isn't it timed exclusive?
It's a timed console exclusive at the moment. I actually confused now. Well, as of right now, anyway, it is a timed exclusive because it's coming to Switch and then it's coming to PC next year. As far as a console exclusive, as far as I know, it's only available on Switch, but it's coming to PC next year, and I personally wouldn't be surprised if it came to other platforms as well. The reason they do this is to expand their audience, to make their games more widely available. And if you put it on PC, you're giving more people the opportunity to play your game, and therefore you're making more money. Like, you know, I don't understand how that's a bad thing. Like,
And make money like Take-Two Elbow Cup.
they make money like Take-Two. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Don't even get me started, no man.
Why did Nintendo destroy the Pikmin remakes? Elbow Cup.
Why did Nintendo just? Oh, don't even get me started on Nintendo fanboys as well. Jesus Christ. Spoke about it yesterday, but I'll say it again. Nintendo fanboys are just the worst. I'm telling you. Like, Reggie Fils-Aimé put it so well. Like, you know, no matter what you give them, they're still going to be unhappy and they're still going to want more. Like, for years and years and years, they've been crying out for like remakes, like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Nintendo give them a remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and somehow they just, in their bizarre
Nintendo
minds,
makes Mortal Kombat look like Super Smash Bros. Elbow Cup.
Nintendo
Bowser Fury
makes
is too short. Elbow Cup.
Mortal Kombat looks like Super Smash Bros. Okay. Bowser's Fury is too short. I'm telling you, man, they're never fucking happy, man. They're never happy. So yeah, they get it, like, and they somehow like have some kind of like fucked up Mandela effect where they have a memory of Pokemon looking like Uncharted 4, and they're like, what are these graphics?
Resident Evil Village will be 2 hours long. Elbow Cup.
I'm telling you, man, they're never fucking happy, like, you know. But 2 hours long. Who knows, man? It could be 20 minutes long. But yeah, Pokemon games have always looked like that. It's amazing, like, it's absolutely amazing that they can find a reason to complain. Bizarre, absolutely bizarre. But I forgot what I was going to say now.
Xbox will acquire WB Games. Goodbye Mortal Kombat. Elbow Cup.
You're desperately trying to piss me off.
You know, it was between EA and Microsoft.
What was? Man, nobody's acquiring Warner Brothers, man. Warner Brothers is too big of a company to be
Skyward
acquired.
Sword Switch should be $30. Elbow Cup. That nearly bought them.
Nearly being the main word there. Man, I gotta leave this chat fucking on PSN, man. This fucker there's someone sending me messages all the time. I gotta leave it. It's like, fuck it, there's gotta be like 100 people in the know. How do I fucking leave it? I have to find a way to leave this.
They were selling it, but they pulled out then.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I mean,
It was actually up for sale.
oh, was it? I don't think anybody would buy the movement, to be honest. definitely. How do I leave? I don't know. Wait a second. Leave. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes. Yes, I am. Finally.
Super Mario 64 on Switch is just a port, nothing new. Elbow Cup.
I know. I've said that myself, to be honest, many times. In fact, I've been bashing Nintendo numerous times in the last couple of weeks. And even before Super Mario 3D World released, or Super Mario 3D All Stars released, I was bashing it, man. I was bashing it before, during, and after. It's one of the most laziest, like, I can't even. It's not even a remaster. What would I even call it? A collection. It's just so
Spyro
lazy.
making a comeback. Nope. Skylanders is coming. Elbow Cup.
No. Do you know what's coming instead? Bug Snacks. Greatest game of all time. Yeah. You're not getting no Dying Light. You're getting Bug Snacks. And Rockstar are not making no more Red Dead Redemption 2 games. They're making table tennis. Table Tennis Definitive Edition coming to a PS5 near you. And Hades. Hades as well. Who needs AAA blockbuster games when you have indie games?
GTA 6 Mobile. Elbow Cup. Bugsnax looks like a Switch game for under 3S. Elbow Cup.
Oof. Oh god. Well, it's exclusive to PS5, so it ain't on Switch. So gives the PS5 a bad name, doesn't it? GTA 6 Mobile. Man, GTA 6, man, is just never gonna happen. Take-Two are just happy enough to make
Nintendo Pedo Switch. Elbow Cup.
What the fuck? Oh man. I don't even know what that even is supposed to mean, to be honest. Because their online system is so limited anyway, like you won't even be able to like do any shit like that, like. But yeah, GTA 6 on mobile.
Sony Mega Cube. Elbow Cup.
Sony Mega Cube. Man, you're going into complete random mode right now, man. I can't even keep up. I don't even know how to process your comments anymore. They're just gone beyond random, man. Seriously, I don't even know what to say anymore. Oh god, I think you've crossed the barrier of randomness now, where it's just like, it is just so like, it's super random. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to say. Oh god. But I swear to God, GTA 6 is just something oh my god. Like, put it this way, I'm talking more about GTA 6 than Take-Two and Rockstar Games are. That says it
The
all,
Last
to
of
be
Gaze 2.
honest. I love it. Game of the year. That comment didn't even show up. It won't let me see it. What was I going to say?
Elbow Cup.
Oh yeah, I forgot to address Take Two as far as making money is concerned. No, I need to word this better.
Uncharted Elbow Cup.
Uncharted, Sharp Knight, Mine Shaft. Who really believes that Take Two need to expand GTA 5? Who can really say that with their hand on their heart? Like, who hasn't played GTA 5 by now? And it's not like Take Two hasn't made money off GTA 5 in the last 8 years.
Animal Crossing Old Horizons Elbow Cup.
Old Horizons. Well, unlike Take Two, Nintendo have actually been adding a lot of free single player slash multiplayer, because it's Animal Crossing, updates to Animal Crossing, so it's quite new. But I haven't played it in like a long time. I feel like I've done everything there is to do. Honestly, I don't know. I know it's Animal
Ghost of
Crossing.
Sushi Elbow Cup.
Ghost of Sushi. Oh man, if there was an option to like comments, man, I would like that. Can I do something with that comment? Because I just need to like. I'm gonna pin that. That's been pinned. I've pinned your message. That is one hell of a comment. Ghost of Sushi. I love it. But I pinned your message. Ghost of Sushi. But it's just, I don't know. I'm actually going to say something that might just shock people. You may collapse. You actually may collapse, Damien, once you hear this. And Chad, you might collapse as well. I don't think I like Animal Crossing New Horizons as much as I thought I would. Isn't that a shocker? I must be sick. I must have COVID. Well, like, it's not as bad as it sounds. Like the way I put that, it's just, I don't know.
OMG.
It's a shock, though, isn't it? Like I've played Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City on Wii, and it was the first time I ever played an Animal Crossing game, and I hadn't experienced anything like it. It was just so unique. Like, to be playing a game that operated off of real time was just
Coast for Goatee Elbow Cup.
bizarre. You need to accept that Last of Us 2 got Game of the Year, Damien. You need to move on.
One
You
Player's
need to
Choice
move on.
Goatee Elbow Cup.
It's just like continually reminding people of that, like adamant that Ghost of Tsushima is Game of the Year. Well, Last of Us 2 got it, man, and there's nothing we can do to change that. But yeah, I mean, Jesus, Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City on Wii was just one hell of an experience. And when I learned that there was an Animal Crossing game coming to 3DS, then see, I had taken a break from. This has happened to me many times. I took a break from Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City.
Players
And
is
then
what matters Elbow Cup. Fuck journalists Elbow Cup.
I agree, actually, 100%. I actually agree. It's not journalists that should have the final say when it comes to, like, you know, Game of the Year. It should be the players. But the thing is, in saying that then, though, Damien, like, you do have to take into consideration fanboys. There are fanboys out there. Believe it or not, in 2021, there's still fanboys. There's, like all they can think of is PlayStation. There's no other console exists outside of PlayStation. And see, that kind of mentality then, like, you know, all they're going to do is just spam Last of Us 2 and spam, you know, PlayStation exclusives. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, same with Nintendo.
Elbow Cup.
Same with Microsoft. I don't think you're a fanboy. I certainly didn't say you were a fanboy anyway. But if you want
I
to,
hate Last of Us to Elbow Cup.
if you want to announce yourself as a fanboy, that's fine. But I didn't say that you were a fanboy, just for the record. I did not say that. But if it was handed over to the hands of fanboys, it just wouldn't. It would be worse than what it is now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it would be worse. I mean, that would be that would be a scam. That would be a fraud, like, you know, system if it was just handed over to the fanboys. Like.
Sounds like some Nazi talk, elbow cup. Sony games only appeal to me mostly. Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
But see, the thing is, like, that's grand, but like, it wouldn't be fair. Like, it wouldn't be like, let's say if you hadn't played any of those Sony games, right? And you were voting Game of the Year, like, and there was other games in there that were Microsoft and Nintendo and even third-party games.
But I think Forza is good.
Forza is actually a good racing game. Yeah, long story short, it just wouldn't be fair to...
And Zelda is good from Nintendo.
It's going to get even better with Breath of the Wild 2 now, because they went kind of complete open world, like, and like, think about, yeah, Zelda has always been that kind of, it's always been that kind of game that kind of gets everyone interested in it, like even people outside of like Nintendo, like, you know, that's the interesting thing about Zelda. It's always been like that, but I think with Breath of the Wild now it's even more, because they really kind of appeal to like a Western type kind of audience with Breath of the Wild now, and I think Breath of the Wild 2 is just going to take that even further, to be honest.
Zelda is miles better than Mario. Don't hate me, elbow cup.
Well, like, I'm very no, I'm not gonna hate you for saying that. Jesus Christ, why would I hate you for saying that? The thing about, like, better than, you know, like, it gets used a lot in.
I know it's two different games, BTW.
That's the thing. It's two different games. That's the point I was actually going to make there. I think, like, better than gets used a lot in movies and video games, in music, in books, in every form of medium of art. But I think it's always important to bring a bit of context into it, like, you know. And the reality is, like, they are two different games, and that's the only way to put it. If it was a case of Mario versus Sonic, you know what I mean, or Rayman versus Crash Bandicoot, and vice versa, like, you know, like Little Big Planet and Sackboy versus, you know, Yoshi or whatever, you know, like, they're all under the platforming genre. So you could kind of say, like, you know, you could say, like, that the soundtrack in Sackboy Big Adventure, for instance, is better than the soundtrack in like, you know, Rayman Legends or whatever it might be, you know. But what I will say, as far as
I forgot Yoshi even existed. Didn't hear about a Yoshi game in ages.
Yeah, it's been a long time, to be honest, since a full-on Yoshi game. It's actually weird you should actually say that.
When was the last one?
Oh god, the last one, there was one on the Switch. I think it was Yoshi's Crafted World. Yeah, Yoshi's Crafted World, which I haven't played for a very, very long time, actually. I was actually thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking, is there a Yoshi game on Switch? And then I realised that there was. But yeah, I could see why you would, like, say that, like, you know, how you would think, like, that Zelda is better than Mario, because it's kind of, I suppose it's presented in a kind of, in a different.
Everyone forgot about poor Yoshi.
Poor Yoshi. Yoshi getting an awful doing. But yeah, I think that overall Zelda would approve to, you know, to maybe, like, more gamers than
No,
Mario.
man, I know it's two different games. I was only taking the piss.
Oh no, I know. I'm not like fucking ranting or anything. Jesus, you're grand. No, I was just trying to kind of what you call it. I was just trying to kind of fucking just kind of, you know me. I fucking, my answers are longer than politicians, man. You know me.
But
you know
Zelda
me
is actually really good, and would pick that over any Nintendo exclusive, really. Damien beat Zelda 2, elbow cup.
Zelda 2, that's a tough game. Yeah, it fucking, it is like, see, that's the thing about Zelda, it's probably one of the more like you'd almost look at a Zelda game and you'd kind of feel like it's just like so different to any other one of their games really. But that's the thing with Nintendo, like
BRB.
they have a lot of Coolaboola. Hopefully I'll be still here because I want to get some sleep soon. But I might be, and I mightn't be. Who knows? But I'm fucking hyped for Breath of the Wild 2, not to be honest with you. Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild was the only kind of Zelda game that I just kind of like, that I really kind of fucking put the effort into. Like I completed Twilight Princess eventually, and I
You
completed.
got to show me that, man.
Breath of the Wild 2. I hate the delay in the comments because I talk so fast. I lose track of what I said. And I'm trying to kind of...
Yes.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2. Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. It's going to look amazing as well.
When it comes out.
Definitely, man, definitely. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Oh my God. And they're really taking their time with the game as well, which is really nice to hear. Like they're not just kind of like rushing into it. Like they're not thinking to themselves, well, part 1 was great, so part 2 would automatically be good. You know, they're really kind of putting the effort into it. Like I never forget when they won Game of the Year, man. They were so like, they were pretending that they were surprised. Like, oh, we didn't expect this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Pure like. And then they were like, "Thank you, America." That was pure cringe. I was watching that, man. It was it was really fucking cringe, to be honest. It'll probably, I'd say, more than likely. I know it sounds like a long way off.
It's those games that will always be great, though, like God of War and Uncharted.
Yeah, it's always kind of games that has that type of kind of.
And Gears of War for Xbox.
Yeah, it's always the kind of the big kind of like it's hard to put into words really, but there's always going to be a big kind of game like, and you know what's interesting? It's like it's a proper big game. If I'm making no sense right now, this is the part of the live stream where I'm making no sense. I can't articulate a goddamn thing right now, but I'll do my best.
I'm not
anyway.
a fan of Gears, but it's always the big game for them.
Oh, that's definitely a big game for them. Definitely. But you know what's interesting? Do you know, it's like as much as these games are liked, and as much as there's so many people playing these games, have you ever noticed there's never been, like, Call of Duty has never won Game of the Year? Like, if you actually let that one sink in for a second. In fact, I don't even think that there's actually been a Call of Duty in the contender for Game of the Year. Do you know what I mean? Like, as big as those games are and as hype as people get to play those games, like, it's like in reality people realise that they're not the big games. That it's games like God of War and it's games like Breath of the Wild, you know.
In the last 10 years. Or more.
Yes. Speaking of 10 years...
Xbox never won a GOTY.
Jesus. Yeah, you're right there, actually, yeah. They haven't won Game of the Year. Fuck. And I think with the way things are going right now, I don't think they're going to be... I don't think that trend is going to change anytime soon, unfortunately, for Microsoft. Not from the way they're doing business at the moment. Like, they really don't have any, like, significant, strong first-party titles, you know, like, that are exclusive to Xbox Series X. Like, it's really just third-party games. It's really just people who just only want to play on Xbox that are actually, you know, going out and buying Xbox Series X. And the only games, realistically, that are actually playing on it are actually third-party games. Whereas PS5... I bought PS5 because...
I wonder, will Halo be any good? It was in trouble when they first announced it, apparently. People were mad pissed on the graphics part.
Oh, stop. They really were, man. They bashed the graphics so much, and rightfully so. Like, from what I've seen, to me, it didn't look like a real, like, next-gen experience. Now, like, my opinion on Halo, the new Halo, Halo Infinite it's called, isn't it? Now, to be honest with you, I don't really know anything about Halo. I mean, I don't even think I've played Halo. I think I saw a friend play it, but I don't think I played it, to be honest. So, like, I don't know if I'm in a position to, like, give my opinion on, like, whether Halo is going to be good or not. But I do know that it's not the original people that are actually making Halo anymore, and I think that combined with the fact that it's been around for so long and it's changed so much, I don't think this Halo Infinite will be able to capture, like, the original feeling of Halo. And I don't want to sound like a Nintendo fanboy here now, so, like, don't get me wrong, right? But that's one of the things that makes Nintendo so relevant in 2021. Like, one of the reasons why, like, you know, Super Mario Odyssey, the latest Mario in the main series, becomes the fastest selling Mario game is because Nintendo have this way of always maintaining the feeling, you know, the taste of what a Mario game actually is. The same with Zelda. You know, the same with every other one of their games. And it's why those games end up becoming, you know, the fastest selling game in that series. Whereas I just like Halo, like, I just don't think it'll ever be able to feel like the original Halo games. And I think the biggest part of that is because of the fact that they're like the original anymore. And I think that plays a bigger part, you know, than most people actually realise, to be honest with you. Like, it's very important that the original people, you know, stay on board, you know, in the development of the game. So that's a very long answer, but I don't think Halo will be good in the sense of, like, you know, what Halo was always about. But it is bizarre, like, that there's no, like, exclusive reasons to buy an Xbox Series X, really. Again, I think the only people that have actually went out and bought an Xbox Series X are just people who've always bought Xbox. It's their preferred console. It's the way they want to play their games. But the reality is the games they're actually playing on that system are either already available on Xbox Series X or they're third-party games.
Bungie Elbow Cup.
Yeah, Bungie were the original guys that made Halo. That's the name of them. Yeah, they're no longer involved now. So they're making what's the game they made? They made another first-person shooter. If you look at PlayStation, then you have the DualSense controller, you have the 3D
They're
audio.
owned by Activision. Destiny.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. So they're now owned by Activision, and they made Destiny. So yeah, like, the original guys no longer involved in Halo anymore. It's going to make it's going to make a massive impact, you know, to be honest with you. But what was I going to say there? So there's so many exclusive reasons to buy a PS5. Like, what I mean by exclusive reasons is, like, what can you get on
They
PS5?
sold it to Activision and they instantly regret it.
Yeah, like, I mean, they should have stayed put. Like, you know, I think it was a bad decision, to be honest with you. I do. But, like, what are the reasons, like, why like, what can you get on PS5 that you can't get on any other console? And, like, DualSense controller, 3D audio, and just games, like, you know, games for everyone, really. Like, you know, Demon's Souls, Sackboy Big Adventure. I mean, can you get two games that are so different from each other than Demon's Souls and Sackboy Big Adventure, you know? And then you've got, like, you know, Spider-Man Miles Morales, you know, and, like, just so many other games that go along with that, you know, and so many games that are coming to PS5 as well. So, like, you get all that, like, you get all that's why that's what PS5 can offer, you know, in terms of, like, exclusivity.
Ghost.
And Ghost. And Ghost. But to be fair, that came from PS4,
Bloodborne.
PS5.
Horizon.
A lot of games, a lot of games. But even
Hopefully the getaway.
Hopefully the getaway, yeah. But like Ghost is a great game. Fucking Bloodborne is a great game. But even like just the games that you can only play on PS5. Now I know you can. Well, I think I actually might have fucked up. Yeah. Well, I know you can play Sackboy Big Adventure on PS4, and you can play Miles Morales on PS4. But nonetheless, like they're all utilized on PS5. Like you know, but God of War Ragnarok.
Ghost of Tsushima will be getting a PS5 upgrade, Elbow Cup.
Yeah, so it's the PS5 upgrades that matter, I suppose, really. But like, 'cause that will give you kind of a sense of like something that you can only get on PS5, like when it comes to the DualSense as well. Oh my God, my vocabulary has gone to shit right now. I can't even articulate a sentence. But yeah, I just Xbox, man.
Bugsnax.
Bugsnax, exclusive to PS5. It is a strange game. Like there's no denying it. Like it's a strange game, and it's not exactly the
Ratchet
most.
and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank is what man I can't wait to play that. Tell you the truth, man, I can't wait to play that. But yeah, Bugsnax definitely wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, that's for sure. With me, I've always
Hitman
been
3.
a Jew. I think I've always been the kind of gamer that would just like play everything and anything, to be honest with you, except for sports games. Just sports games, man. Oh, there was not more.
70% of sales were on PlayStation.
Damn, Jesus Christ, that's a large percentage right there, man. Holy shit. But there you go. Like, I mean, even third-party games, like people are buying them on PlayStation. Like, I can definitely see. Well, actually, no. I was going to say that I can see the Xbox Series X being the final console, but even fucking Microsoft themselves have actually said that they're actually like thinking ahead of the next Xbox console. So they already have it like in their head, which is kind of really weird for them to say that.
Man.
Like they're obviously just flashing their.
How we gonna watch the frickin' MK movie?
Controller. Let me just see if it's still thing. I know. Is my audio coming out?
Yes.
Thank you. And this fucking thing keeps fucking pulling up, man. But sorry. How are we gonna watch the? I know, yeah. How are we gonna watch the Mortal Kombat movie, man? That is a good question. Sorry, no, I'm just fucking. Sorry, I got distracted there. Yeah, fucking. It's on what's it called? HBO Max, but I don't even think we have that. I don't even think we have that over here. It's a pity the fucking cinemas aren't open, to be honest.
It's only exclusive to America and Canada.
Oh, that is fucking shitty, man. That is shitty. Give me 2 seconds there.
But it comes in April.
I hope it ends up in YouTube or something. I'll be right back there.
Will cinemas be open?
And I am back. Man, do you know what? They should open cinemas. Really. Because they're opening schools. Okay, education over entertainment. Okay, fair enough. But why do people seem to like
The strip clubs opened in America.
Oh
Worst
man.
COVID cases.
We
Here
gotta
we
go.
are then low.
We gotta go to America. Why do people ignore the fact that children can pick up COVID? Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Like they're either stupid enough to think that children are immune to COVID. They're either delusional enough to have the mentality of, sure, look, not many kids pick up COVID.
Listen to this one.
Or else they're just like, they just ignore the fact that children can pick up COVID. So why do they feel like they can, why did they're opening up schools and all these children can gather together with no masks on? It's just bizarre. So they should open the fucking cinemas. They should open the fucking cinemas. So as far as will they be open, they probably won't be open for a while, but they should be opened. It's ridiculous. That's my little take on that anyway. Like, you know, it's just.
UK are setting up clinical trials for 6-year-olds for a vaccine.
But like, that's crazy. If they're setting up clinics, I don't know how England are
First
operating.
ever for that age.
It's mental, isn't it? Probably young. Here, I don't know what's happening over in England with the restrictions. I don't know if their schools are opened. But if they are opening schools, then they're obviously saying, sure, look, kids, don't worry about COVID. You're not going to pick up COVID.
Clinical trials are dangerous for everyone, like.
Definitely,
It's harsh.
definitely clinical trials. Anyway, definitely, because clinical trials are like, they're basically like test subjects. They're like lab rats essentially. Like, and anything could go wrong. Like, so that is really harsh. Clinical trials on 6-year-olds. That's barbaric, to be honest with you, man. Completely. But here's the thing, yeah. Here's the thing, yeah. Are schools opened in England? Because I actually don't know. I'll just presume they are opened. So let's say schools are opened. If the UK government have opened schools during a global viral
It's
pandemic.
a Russian roulette.
Russian
One
roulette,
gets
man.
a placebo and one gets the vaccine. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's just presume they are opened, right? Let's just presume they are opened, okay? So the UK government, again, this is just a presumption now, right? The UK government are obviously then, therefore, saying that there's no threat for kids to have COVID. So why are they fucking using kids as fucking test subjects for clinical trials in COVID? Makes no sense. But here, I'm not going to go too deep into it anyway, because I just couldn't be bothered. But as far as like, will cinemas be opened in Ireland, I don't think
See the
cinemas.
anti-lockdown law.
Oh, don't even look, man.
I'm sick to death of this country. 13 were arrested.
I posted it on Facebook, right? I posted it on Facebook, and I'll just say what I said on Facebook.
But nobody arrested for BLM protests.
This is how I feel about the protests in Dublin. All right. Okay. So this is what I said. I said I feel this incident is an extreme expression of the anger many of us feel towards the Irish government right now in their handling of the COVID-19 outbreak here. 3 lockdowns, 1 whole year, and we are no closer to getting our lives back to normal. I don't excuse the behaviour of some of the protesters, however. Gathering in large groups like that will only spread the virus around even more. I do understand their anger though. So long story short, like, people are angry, like, and I understand their anger. And to be honest with you, like, more and more people are going to get more and more angrier. And people need to realise that, do you know? Did you know that there's like third world countries, Damien, that have actually returned to normal? They've actually suppressed the virus, and they're living their lives as normal, and we can't even do that. Like, we're on our third lockdown, and we can't even suppress the virus. We can't even give our people the vaccine efficiently. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy, really. So that's what I'm thinking about the protests. People are angry, rightfully so. They want their lives back to normal again, and the anger is only going to get worse. And look, you're going to get some people who will use their anger to, fucking threaten Gardaí or smash property or whatever the case might be. That's going to happen. That's to be expected. And unfortunately, those people are going to give, like a protest like that a bad name. And look, I couldn't give two shits about the protest itself, to be honest with you. But I just think I can understand the anger of, people in Ireland today. But like the cinemas, so like, I don't think, so as far as like, will cinemas be opened, I can't see cinemas in Ireland being open for a very long time. A very, very long time, to be honest with you. But as far as should they be open, I feel they should be open. If schools are going to be opened, I don't see why cinemas can't be opened. And I know you're going to get people that will say, how can you possibly put an education and entertainment side by side? It's not that. It's just the fact that if people are going to ignore the fact that children
until
can
pubs
spread...
open, I'd say.
Possibly even after. But here, like, again, like, I don't want to repeat myself over and over again, because it actually kind of, it's just so repetitive, like, literally. So, like, I just think that if people are going to ignore the fact that children can carry and spread COVID-19, then there's no reason why cinemas can't be opened. You might as well just open everything. You might as well just ignore that everyone can pick up the device. And children are no different to any other member of humanity when it comes to spreading and picking up COVID-19. It's insane. I'll just give you an example. I don't know, it kind of does. There's a neighbour across the road from me recently gave birth to a child, so it's an infant, more or less, right? I'm pretty sure that an infant's immune system is pretty low compared to a regular person's immune system. Like the baby's like older brother, right, was like running up and down the terrace, mixing with all of his friends from all different parts of the area. No masks, no social distance. So any of those people, any of those children could be carrying COVID-19. He goes back into his home, potentially infected with COVID-19, passes that COVID-19, not only to his mother, but to his infant brother. And who knows what the outcome of that could be, So like, yeah, I think that cinema should be open, to be honest with you. I think the cinema should be open, but it'll be a long time before they do it, to be honest. Do you know what's interesting as well about COVID-19 is the World Health Organization themselves have actually stated numerous times now that multiple lockdowns, are actually not an effective solution in actually suppressing COVID-19 or eventually eradicating COVID-19. The only real thing that's going to be effective of eradicating a virus is a vaccine. And Ireland have, already been fucking up that. So it's not about putting the country into lockdown. And people can't say anymore that lockdown works because it's not really working. Like, the numbers haven't significantly dropped. They're still pretty high, and there's still people dying of COVID-19. So how can anyone really say with a straight face that lockdowns actually work? The thing about me, like, from the one, like, with everything, with COVID-19 and everything in between, is like, my opinions are just that. They're my opinions. They're not the opinion of the far right or the far left or a Trump supporter or what you believe.
We
the
had
world
less
is flat,
cases when we all flocked to beaches and pubs open.
Crazy though, isn't it? When you think about that, like, yeah, it's fucking mental, like. So like,
50 cases a day last summer.
That's right, I remember that. Like, there's just so much about it that just, yeah, I don't know.
Now 700 plus everything closed and 5 kilometers.
But like, there's a lot of factors there. Like, I mean, like they didn't close the borders, so there were people traveling to and from Ireland, like on a regular basis. Schools were allowed to be open. People believed that children were immune to the virus. So I think a lot of that did kind of contribute to the numbers going up. Do you know?
LOL, let me tell you this.
Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get some sleep after this, man, because it's getting quite late, and I'm not particularly in the mood for like a massive like fucking like Johnny Talks kind of segment, to be honest with you. I just think when it comes to COVID-19, I'm just so tired of it, really, and I just want to get my life back to normal. And that's why I can relate to the anger of some of those protesters up in Dublin. I'm not saying what they did was right. I'm not saying we should all do it. I'm not saying we should all ignore the situation, but it's obviously like, you know, annoying so many people. I think a year later, you know, people just want to get back to fucking normal, like, you know. So I just think when it comes to COVID-19, I'm just like, oh God. I mean, I could sit here and talk about it and get angry about it, but it's just, is it good for my health? No, to be honest with you. But I will listen to what you were going to say there, and I will address it, and then I will get some sleep, some much needed sleep, that is. But it's actually kind of funny. Like, my rants on Facebook lately have actually not been rants anymore. They've just been so
I'm back.
like
2,000 Brazilians came here nearly 2 weeks ago. Boom. Few days after, 4 cases of Brazilian variant in Ireland.
First of all, welcome back, Chad, even though I'm going to be ending the live stream in literally a couple of minutes. 2,000 Brazilians came here nearly 2 weeks ago. Boom, a few days after, 4 cases of Brazilian variant in Ireland. So there you go. I mean, that's the failings of the Irish government right there and the handling of the COVID-19 outbreak in Ireland. They allowed the borders to be open. They allowed people to travel to and from Brazil. And what happened as a result? A new strain of COVID-19. So who's to blame for that? It's not people who want to get on with their lives. It's not, you know, me who didn't wear a mask on the bus. You know, and lockdown didn't really do anything.
Did you get hit with the storm?
There was a really mini storm last week, but it wasn't much of a storm. But I mean, isn't that just crazy though, isn't it? Like, you know, they allowed the borders to be open. This is what happens when you open the borders. This is what happens.
Government be like, how did this happen?
Exactly, the government are like some fucking monkey in Fota Island right now, man. Me monkey hole Martin, right? Sitting on a fucking tree, scratching his bald fucking head. Shocked and
Our storms
surprised.
here are nothing close to US.
Oh, stop. A fucking wheelie bin gets knocked over and Mary is traumatized. Seriously. We now cut to Pascal Sheehy.
We don't
Hi.
even get snow, Chad.
It's literally like, hi, I'm standing here with Mary from Blarney Street. Mary from Blarney Street got an awful shock this morning when her long-beloved wheelie bin, which she owned for the last 15 years, was knocked and rolled down all the way to North Main Street. Mary, I know this is devastating.
Get yourself a nice Brazilian girl elbow cup.
Wouldn't mind it. But yeah, that's literally like that's literally a storm in Ireland right there, you know, from Pascal Sheehy himself from RTE News. But mental though. That's
She
the
may
worst we
rob
get
me
here.
elbow cup.
She may rob me. So yeah, that's the worst that we get here, though, to be honest with you.
Rio style elbow cup.
But yeah, isn't it crazy though how they do just like scratch their heads and kind of wonder like, oh, how did this happen? Oh, don't you always hear? Do you know what you all in Ireland in particular is like, mistakes were made, and it could never happen again. What happens again? The exact same fucking thing happens again. Is what happens again. So it's typical Irish government. You know, and yeah, Isn't it crazy? Like, isn't it crazy? The borders are open. People were allowed to travel to and from Brazil, and it didn't take long for a Brazilian strain of COVID-19 to show up on the island. So like, it's not really like a case of like, you know, fucking, you know, like, what's the point in having like all of these fucking measures if you're going to open borders and you're going to let people travel to the country? What's the point? It doesn't make any sense. It's like saying fucking, you know, we're going to prevent, you know, this fire, but we're going to like fucking, you know, add all this fucking fuel, you know, to the fire. Doesn't really make
We
much sense.
can't travel.
Yeah, it's mental. But like, we can't know, but they were allowed to, what do you call it? The Brazilians were allowed to travel in here. I don't know, they're all a bunch of fucking spastics anyway. Every fucking, on all sides. You know, just idiots. I think when
But
when
they
it
can
comes,
come over to work in Coveney's factory, El Boca.
I think people are just very selective when it comes to it, really. You know, it's whatever like suits them at that particular time. Like, you know, it's selective. It's selective, and it's annoying, really. You know, but I just think the sooner people can get their lives back to normal, the better. At the end of the day. Coveney's factory. But okay, I am going to end the live stream right now because it is quite late. It is 20 to 3 in the morning, and the last thing I want to be doing at 20 to 3 in the morning is talking shit about COVID-19. Seriously. So I would say nice one for watching the live stream, everyone. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. Next time I'll play. The next time that I'll play Blizzard Arcade Collection, I'll actually play some Lost Vikings, which I've never played before. But until then, I'm going to say good night to you all. Sleep well, and I will see you next time on Green Hill Gaming. Peace out.
Good vids. Play Roblox.
El
Boca.
I'll play Roblox in the next live stream. Definitely. Roblox all the way. Good night and take it easy.